All right, so I got a good one today. So if you're looking for a good place to retire in, and you're looking for basically low health care, a desirable place to live, that's one of my keys. You don't want to live somewhere you're going to get killed or something, and you basically want low rent, so you can get a house or like an apartment for a low rent. Go ahead and stay tuned. I'm going to go through 15 different places that you can do that right now, and you may agree, may not agree, but go ahead and stay tuned. Alright, so just keep in mind that these are going to be subjective. I'm picking these places because it's places that I may have been to or maybe that I would like to go to. It's not going to be places, there's a lot of places in the world you can go to and you can get, rent for $100 a month, but you don't want to fear for your life constantly. So I'm going to list kind of a list of areas that I feel a lot of people may want to actually retire in. So there's going to be different options out there. Definitely send them, put them in the comments. Just don't beat me up over them. I'm going to show you my list. Everyone else has got their own. So stay tuned. I'm going to go ahead and show you the 15 best places to retire. Coming in at number 15 is Croatia. It's a very safe place to live, and it has beautiful beaches, great mountains you can actually climb, great atmosphere, a lot of sports, a lot of soccer, things like that if you're into that kind of stuff. So check out Croatia at number 15. Coming in at number 14 is Malaysia. It's a great place if you like a little bit warmer climate. City center apartments about $370. Outside the city is only $250. And don't forget these great beaches. Look at them. All over the place in Malaysia, there's tons of beaches, great place to live, cheap food, number 14. Number 13 is going to be Slovenia. It's a great place again, it's right on the coast. You have a lot of beaches, or at least a small sliver of really nice beaches. You also have the mountainous areas with tons of castles, history, cheap food, and basically cheap everything, healthcare included. Alright, coming in at number 12 is Ireland, so it's going to be a little bit more expensive in the city center at $1,200, but it's got cheaper places out in the country. If you like the history of castles and all the greenery, and if you like basically, the churches and things like that, Ireland's a great place to live. Alright, coming in at number 11 is Estonia. A lot of people don't know about this. It's basically just north of Latvia. Cheap rent, $515 in the city center. It's also it's got some beaches up on the northern side of it. So check this out. It's a great place to retire as well. Coming in at number 10 is Chile, and it's basically going to be $480 in the city center or $390 out in the country. Got great big cities, and then if you go in the country, like the mountains, like the kind of the wilderness, another place you can explore, so it's a great place to retire also. Coming in at number 9 is going to be Costa Rica. It's a great place for expats. A really cheap rent at $475 in the city center, $370 outside. Don't forget all the beaches and all the wildlife and things like that. So go ahead and check out Costa Rica for retirement. So coming in at number 8 is Austria. It's basically going to be very similar to kind of like a Switzerland. Really nice. It's not going to be as expensive, $800 to $615 rent. Great health care. So go ahead and check this out. It's a little bit harder to get into, but a great place to retire. Check out number 7. It's Thailand. It's a very inexpensive place to live. It's got great history, especially if you're up north in like Chiang Mai. Basically great beaches. A lot of expats live there as well. So for retirement, this makes up the number 7. Here's one making up number 6, which is Malta. It's basically an island that's kind of south of Europe. It's a little bit more expensive at $900 for the city center, but it's a place a lot of people don't know about. Again, it's got beautiful beaches. It's kind of small, but it's a great place to retire with the sun and all the features. All right, coming in at number 5 is Panama. This is one that is always on the top of everyone's list. It's about $810 in the city center, $530 outside. It's going to have a lot of different types of beaches as well, and a great big cities in this country, and it's doing a lot better now. A great place to retire. All right, one of my favorites coming in at number 4 is going to be the Czech Republic, and the Czech Republic is known for its historical buildings. It's great cities, it's got mountains, it's got pretty much everything, great food as well. So go ahead and check out the Czech Republic when you want to retire. All right, number 3 is surprisingly affordable. It's going to be Spain. You got great cities like Barcelona. You got some smaller cities in here as well. You got a lot of big cities where you can travel around Spain and you won't get bored. It's actually very inexpensive, got great health care. So go ahead and check out Spain also for your retirement. All right, coming in at number 2 is going to be my favorite place is Italy. Italy's got great architecture. It's got Venice. It's going to have Florence. It's going to have just a ton of different cities you can travel around. Got a lot of great beaches. So check out Italy, cheap rent. Check it out for retirement. And the number one is going to be Portugal. This is actually number one on a lot of lists. It's pretty affordable at $680 in the city center, $495 out. And it's got great beaches all around this country. It's a very safe country. It's got great food, great history. Keep in mind that a lot of these places are going to have also really good health care. Getting into them is going to be a little bit harder. You're going to have to show some of your wealth. You're going to have show some income to get into some of these countries that just don't let you in. But these are countries you definitely want to try to retire in if you can. You can have a long retirement, spending a fraction of what you can in some major cities in the United States. So go ahead and check out Portugal. All right, just like I said, the number one thing was Portugal. That's probably my number one. That's based off of the quality of life there and also the cost of living and the safety factor, which is a big one for me. So with all those things combined, I think Portugal is a really good place to retire in. Unfortunately, I guess for everyone else, a lot of people understand that as well. There's a lot of people from England and the various places, London, England, that actually want to live there as well. And there's a lot of expats from America, things like that. So it's starting to fill up. Again, it's a good place to live. It's cheap, but that's why it was my number one pick. Alrighty, so that's my list. And I know I'm going to get comments from people saying, oh, a lot of these places are going to be harder to get into and things like that. The visas aren't easy to get and various things like that. I understand all that. It's going to be a challenge to get into some of these places. The reason is because people want to live there, obviously. So, but, obviously you always know, like if you actually try something and you do it long enough, you can usually succeed. So I know a lot of people that have done this and have gotten in. So you can do what you want to do, but just take my advice. And like I said, if you want to live in a country, go ahead and read the rules and go through the, all the different programs that they have, and you might, and it may take a couple years, but you might be able to live there in the meantime. Maybe you can only, travel back and forth, but over time you can do it. And obviously don't take no for an answer. Just go ahead and do the research. A lot of laws and stuff involved, but it's fairly easy if you do follow the laws and you actually are a good citizen and you don't have like a record and stuff like that. So go ahead and then check out. There's a lot of websites and things you can check out on how to do it. This is just my list to help people out. So take care. One last thing, if anyone's in England or anyone in Europe, go Fulham. It's my English Premier League team. They're terrible this year. They're going to get regulated in about 2 weeks here. So anyways, long story short, they're going to have to work their way back up. This is my team. I went to go visit them, so it's a great, go out to watch a Fulham game if you can, a home game. It's just outside of London, great atmosphere, so just one of my tips. Anyways, you guys all know that I do tech videos. I also do financial videos, and I do basically travel. This is more financial travel. So if you guys can hopefully click the like button and also support me by clicking the subscribe button, that's going to help me out, help me make more of these. I'll see you guys in a week.